Morning. Welcome back to Alright, What's Next? Today, I bet you my UPS delivery guy does not care for me. I got some packages in the mail yesterday. Finally, I've gotten my new Turncrafter Commander 12-inch freaking lathe. I didn't know it came in two freaking separate boxes. I think it's bigger than what I imagined it was going to be. I don't know. We got to get it out of the box and have a look at it. But this box is 45 pounds, and this box is 68 pounds. So this lathe weighs a lot more than kind of what I was thinking it was going to freaking weigh, which is cool. The bigger, heavier, more cast iron it is, the more it'll absorb vibration, which is why on like the previous video that I had on upgrading my freaking bench, is why I did that. I'm trying to make it as strong as possible, absorb as much freaking vibration as I can in case you get a board in there that's somewhat off balance and starts to freaking vibrate. You can get it turned down, and you know, the more weight it has, the more it'll absorb vibration. So, super big. Now we got to do is we got to get this thing out of the box and see how much of a holy freaking nightmare it's going to be to assemble, and hope like hell that it's in good condition. Because the box seems like it's taken a fair beating, as most boxes do when they come through shipping. But it came a lot sooner than I thought it would. I wasn't expecting it for probably another 5 days. So I'm pretty happy with how fast Penn State, not the college, got this freaking thing out to me. There's only one banding strap left on it. The other one has gone the way of the dodo. Can't even follow a line. Instruction manual. We might need that. Ooh, solid sheet of styrofoam. The gaming geek in me is like, ooh, I need to save this because I can make some freaking terrain and shit out of there. And then the guy that absolutely hates clutter in me is going, just throw it away because you have enough shit piled up. You have styrofoam upstairs in a bedroom. Good quality stuff, not this stuff, not the... I literally have boxes of styrofoam laying around from packaging material because it's like, oh, I might be able to make something out of that. All right. This is probably one of them things where I should have somebody else to help me lift this thing up out of there. Or I should have probably left it on the floor. So, I'm going to go ahead and slide this off my bench and just let the box drop out from underneath of it. Look at a raincoat. Worst thing about styrofoam packing with that goddamn expanded polystyrene little balls, that the goddamn things have like the most unbelievable static charge attraction on the planet. They stick to everything and you can't get rid of the little bastards. This piece of plastic with a lot of holes in it. This is probably the most uncomfortable pair of fucking safety glasses anyone has ever worn in their life. Anyone who had ever been through a freaking high school or junior high shop class has probably had to wear one of these ugly, stupid looking freaking things. Alright, so there is the nice base. And it's beefy, it's heavy. Power cord. A screw. I don't know where it goes. It looks like it's probably important. It's got nice little pull-out handles. Let's tilt this thing up and have a look underneath. With the screw here, there's a washer freaking laying here. I don't see any obvious places with that screw. Oh wait, we got something right here. Yep, that goes in right there. That is a motor mount. That is a pivot bolt for the motor. We got a tensioner over here. Pulleys are down in here. All right. Good thing I didn't lose that thing. More styrofoam. Looks like we got a tailstock. We got a bunch of heavy stuff. A bag full of freaking parts. What is this? Tool rest. Part of a tool rest. Heavy part. Another heavy part. And then we have the actual headstock. I'm going to set this on the floor and drag that headstock out. Little washer in there, that's probably important. Okay, let's look in the box and make sure we're not missing any freaking little tiny parts. You don't. We'll set that over there. I think I need to fire up the vacuum and try and. What do we got in here? Here we got wires sticking. I'm going to get the vacuum out and I'm going to suck up all these goddamn little styrofoam ball frickin' things. Instructions. Let's see what it has to say here. Safety rules. We'll bypass that page. Receiving. Remove all parts and components from shipping cart and remove all blah blah blah. Inspect components. Yeah, da da. Do not use paint, thinner, gasoline, or other heavy solvents to remove the protective coating you will damage. Some metal surfaces on the lathe may have been treated with a protective coating prior to shipping. Yeah, it seems to have a slight oily frickin' dampness to it. I have some disinfectant wipes. That's more than I needed. All right. Headstock wire connections. Looks like we have all right. Connections are all connected inside of there. General assembly. Install loose parts as indicated in the assembly diagram on page 5. What page am I on? Oh, so it actually isn't a step-by-step. It's just, hey, this is where they go. So our tailstock is going to go right there. It's got a nice frickin' easy positive frickin' cam mechanism lock right here. Just give it a frickin' twist. I don't think I like that you gotta, will it work the other way? Yeah, okay. There. Locks that thing in place. It's got a little bit of a catch right here. There must be a slight burr underneath there. That's all right. Got some little turning knobs. Did this thing come? I bet you it's got some tools in that plastic bag over there. Let's get see what all we got in here. There is a freaking, there's our center. Lots of different freaking pieces that I don't know what they are. Let's go ahead and we'll set these guys out here in a particular fashion. Sure there ain't no, oh yeah, look at that, there's a friggin' washer in there. Maybe that's just an extra because I got 4 screws and 5 washers. Those have all the washers on them. Alright, oh okay, we got another little spinning worky bit over here. What is this guy? Oh, this is a what do you call that thing? A faceplate, I think, for like attaching to a bowl. You can turn a freaking a bowl or whatever. So that is a headstock attachment. What do we got in here? Bet you this is our tool rest. That's the only thing I'm not seeing. Okay, so we got, wow, there's a tool rest. That'll go right there. We have a dinkier tool rest. That'll go right there. This thing didn't come with a light bulb. I hope I got some light bulbs in the house. This is actually one of the, I'm flipping you guys off. This is actually one of the things that I was kind of really excited about, is because that's like the darkest corner of my shop over there where this lathe is going to go. and having an actual work light. I'm going to go get me a nice freaking bright LED light to go in there, but having a light on there is going to be so nice. Phillips screwdriver and a knob. What is this? I think this is a knockout rod. It's what you slide through your freaking headstock to knock out your headstock and your tailstock to knock out the different attachments. Because these things, they will be fit in with a pressure. Basically, it is. Yeah. This is your live center. It's on a nice bearing. If you look at this, this goes into your tailstock. This is called the taper on there. This is called a number 2 Morse taper. That's what that is. Like my pen pal, the little tiny lathe, it had a number 1 Morse taper, headstock, tailstock, and most of your bigger lathes, from what I've seen, with the vast amount of limited research that I've actually done, all seem to have a number 2 Morse taper. You also have to look into your thread pitches and that on here, on your headstock. And if you're going to order components, you got to know what your thread pitch is on these things, how big of a diameter that they are. I think this one here is a 3/4 inch 8 TPI, which is threads per inch. 3/4 inch diameter, 8 threads per inch freaking setup. That's what this thing has. So let's go ahead and move on to the next stage of assembly. Imagine we will put our headstock assembly on first. It's got wires that have to come out. Oof! That didn't seem right. Now where do they go? Do they run directly down through this hole where the belts go? No. Alright, so we got mounting holes. So the belts, these are going to slide, what it looks like, down through here. Alright, you can't see the back of the connection, but we've got a 4-pin connector, we've got a power connector, and there are corresponding, there's a plug right here that goes to that power connector, and then there is another connector for the main power cord. This 4-pin connector goes into a corresponding, this is the female side, it goes into a male port over here. It's got an alignment tab, so it is me proof. I should be able to figure out how to plug that thing in. Okay, so this plug here, this is going to be a male plug. There is a corresponding female plug down below. That goes on like that, and then of course your main power cable, which we'll hook up later, that is a female plug. So yeah, the wiring on it is basically me proof. So now it looks like we have to line up these holes, and going to assume, let's see here, does it show what frickin' screws go in there? Is it these guys? Okay, it must be, yeah, from the picture of it, it looks like you can see the top of the friggin' Allen head screw, which that one's going to be a motherfucker. Wonder if this black case comes off here. Let's see if see if we can slide this black case off here. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. It's good thing I took that off. I'd have been searching all over the place, because here's my drive belts. One, it's singular. My drive belt. So, yeah, that'll make it a lot easier to get this thing in here. I wonder how I was going to get my fat fingers in here to tighten these Allen screws down. And say there. It's machined nicely, threaded nicely. I'd say the only issue I could see, let me have a look at something right here. Alright, so it's curious because the holes have a decent freaking size diameter as opposed to the size of the actual bolt going into it. There is a channel machined into the bottom of the headstock that corresponds with the channel of the base that locks it in good and tight. So as long as that was machined properly, we should have decent orientation centered between the headstock and the tailstock. Now I guess if you're off by a few thousandths, it's probably not going to be a huge issue. We're doing woodworking and not machining parts for the space shuttle. I think if I turn a wood bolt and I'm off by a few thousand, nobody's probably going to really notice. Alright, headstock is on there. Now, I wonder what, we'll finish assembling it, and then we'll worry about belt speed. I'm not sure exactly how fast we should run our belt. Let's see, what is going to be our next component? I guess we can take that guy right there. Yeah, that fits in nice and tight. This is your knockout rod. That will slide all the way through. Allows you to knock out your frickin' centers. So, that goes there, that goes there. How's that slide in? Did that go? Not sure if that goes on like that. That doesn't seem quite right. Oh, you know why? I put my fucking tailstock on backwards. That would be why it doesn't slide in on that side. If you've watched my videos before, I get ahead of myself. Okay, that comes off. That goes on like that. So let's see here. We have, which one of these goes on our tailstock? And how does the tailstock freaking thread on there? That is going to slide in just like that. Okay, well, there's that. This one's threaded. This one is machined with set screws. So this one must be for our tailstock. Okay, so, and it also needs a little spinner handle. You know, it came with a Phillips head screwdriver, but not a flathead screwdriver. Is there flat corresponding surfaces? We got one flat surface. Ow, jeez, that thing's fucking sharp. Ah, yeah. And once again, there is a hole. Slide through for your knockout rod to get your freaking live center out of your tailstock. I am out of beer, Victor. I'll be back in a second. All right, let's see. What do we got for our next components? All right, that doesn't need to go on there because that's a face plate. We need our tool rest on. We got to put our tool holder. That's what this thingamajigger is. That's gonna go. Where's that? All right, tool rest is on there. What's next? Ooh, actually, no, I see it right now. Oh, the knockout bar goes dink right there. Look at that shit. That's pretty cool. Number 13. What is number 13? Spindle lock knob. That's what this guy is. I don't know what it's for. I think I'll push and turn clockwise to lock, turn counterclockwise to unlock. Do not turn lathe on with spindle locked. That seems like a good freaking idea. Turning. Not turning. I would imagine that's so you can tighten shit down onto your freaking headstock. So. Alright. Spindle is unlocked. Tool rest. I probably should have put that on before I slid that on. Of course we got our I think we'll have to do some adjustment to that guy. Let's see. That got him. Because we are in a lock position. I don't like it down like that. So we're going to pull that off. Slide that back on. Let's see how I like that. Yeah, no, that's too much because I need to come down. No way, it's not in the way too much, but yet I can get. If it was up too high, you smack it with your freaking fingers. What are these doohickeys? I think these are probably cable management systems. We have a handle. Okay, that handle is going to thread on right here, which we don't want to put on till we set our belts. Which would be probably another reason why we want a spindle lock. Let's go ahead and we'll just thread this guy on. Just get it out of the way because that center can go over there. But also, there is an extension bed on this that will take it up to, I believe, a 38-inch distance from headstock to tailstock. That number probably might be wrong, but it makes the bed longer so you can do freaking bigger things, like baseball bats. Or, you know, probably a whole bunch of other things. All right, the only thing, let's see what I got left for parts. What is this guy? That looks to be somewhat important. But I'm not seeing where it goes. Why don't I see where the hell, what is that? It's a spring-loaded turny knobby thing. Where could a spring-loaded turny knobby thing possibly be needed? I'm literally seeing absolutely nowhere that this would freaking fit. I see nowhere on here for it to even attach. What we'll do, we'll stick it in there for now, and if something flies apart and kills me, that was probably what was supposed to hold it in place. Yeah, because I've gone through with a list of parts. Alright, so on to attaching a belt. Let's see here. Speeds. To adjust said speeds. Slide that guy down through there. We'll put her on the freaking small belt. Small belt to small belt. Alright. Now, I'd imagine as I use this and play with this, I will have to figure out belt speeds as I go. So, what we got to do... Oh, hey, look, it's got a fucking chart on there. Work diameters, roughing speeds. So this thing also can be dialed in. It's got a digital gauge on here. It has a variable speed dial down here. So the belt speed isn't just one way to adjust the actual speed of it. So let's go ahead and we'll set our cover up on there. All right, cover is on. So now we need to put our little spinny frickin' wheel. Which, is this a frickin' reverse thread? Yes. Okay. That wheel is reverse thread. So what we want to do, we want to lock that. Give that a frickin' little nudge and we'll tighten our set screws down. Unlock our spindle. You know what? I can already see one modification I'm going to make is my tool rest does not have a place for these Allen wrenches. So I am probably going to go ahead and I'm going to drill some holes in there so I have somewhere to put my Allen wrenches that came with the frickin' tool rest. I need a light bulb. How come nobody... Oh wait, what? Oh, I know. We got to put this cover on. I got to find a piece of Velcro. I got to tighten the frickin' motor. And then we can see about moving this to its new home. Holy shit! One of them things, I'm gonna pull a freaking gasket moving this son of a bitch. Jesus Christ! Let's see, where do I want it? I think I want to slide it right to there. I got a support here and a support here. So if I have to see how it vibrates. Did I just break that or was that pre-broke? No. A little plastic plate down here. It looks like freaking that is pre-broke from the factory. Not a huge issue. It's just a cover. I can fix that. I'm not gonna condemn the lathe because of a little tiny piece of freaking plastic. So those go in there. Got me a friggin' lap bulb. This is just a regular bulb. I will change this out eventually. I'm gonna go and get me a nice friggin' quality LED light. All right. Power cord. Now, hopefully the power cord will reach where I need it to go. Power cord is plugged in. Up and over. Ah, yeah. Well, before I plug it in, let's make sure everything is off. Okay, that is off. In. Okay, we got a light. That's at the start. Make sure the speed is turned all the way down. Spindle is in unlocked position. Yeah. That thing's freaking quiet. All right. The only issue I've got currently is the particular position that it is in. This thing is a lot taller than I was expecting it to be. I definitely got to change out that light. That thing's putting out a lot of freaking heat. It's a little higher than I'd like it to be, because now I'm gonna have to be up here to do all my turning. So I might have to build me just a small little freaking block to stand on to bring this down to about here. So because if you're up here, you're not gonna have as good a control. You want to be down here. Now I got a fucking slope ceiling here, but for right now, this will work. I may, if it doesn't work out, I don't like it. It isn't suitable. It's difficult to use in this position. I have an area over there that I have an old piece of shit freaking lathe on. I can redo that bench. I can freaking cut it down, lower it down, and build an actual lathe specific station over there. But I like it over here, so I might build me a little freaking step block to make it a little more comfortable to freaking use. Although with the slope ceiling, I might freaking smack my head. We'll see. It might work being up here, and you never know. All right. Oh, I should probably also tell you how much this cost. Got it from Penn State, not the college. It's PSI Woodworking. Picked it up. It's, what was it, $470 for the lathe itself. I bought a few other accessories to go with it that we'll go over in some other freaking videos. For one thing, this is not set up to turn pins. And of course, you know, I gotta have something to turn pins with. But we'll talk about what you need to set up this big lathe to turn pins. Plus I got a freaking 4-jaw chuck and some other things, and things I've never used before. I've never used a 4-jaw chuck. I'm looking forward to trying that out. But that's it for this freaking video. We'll see this thing in action here soon. Thanks for watching me assemble this, my new lathe that I've been so excited about getting for so long, and I finally got it. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. Bye.